We've been playing the account for 3 weeks now. As you can see, that's 21 days logged in. We're currently at level 59. We were at level 53 at our last check-in, so that's 6 levels in between last week and this week. We want to lean into what the game is giving us, and right now that is the vigilante team. As you can see, here's my vigilante team that's showing. We're going to kind of go over this at a high level because this is setting you up for how the game is supposed to be played, and they're giving you the tools to succeed. Notice here we have about 8 days left on our strike pass, and this is the second round of the strike pass since we started the game. Again, strike passes last about 14 days. So this is the second strike pass that they've given us, and they are still giving us vigilante characters. So they are really, again, doubling down on that team. This is the team that they're giving you for free. These are the characters that they're providing you for free. They want you to use this. They're trying to set you up for success. Now, the reason why they're doing this is because the vigilante team is a raid team, and raid teams are very important for you getting your resources. This is going to be true for multiple reasons. For example, if we look over here on the right-hand side, you see the text there, the different categories that our team belongs in. The vigilante team is a skill-based team. So if we click that skill, these are the characters that we got so far free to play that are just giving us. And again, we made sure our vigilantes are the strongest. Again, reason being is because skill is one of the criteria to get through your raids. So if we switch over here to the annihilation raids, we're going to notice a pattern. We talked about this a little bit before, but now we have to take it to the next level. If you start out with normal difficulty, right, it just asks for 5 characters. And then as you go up, the requirements start to increase. So if we were to go here to difficulty 3, it says now we would need 5 skilled characters to qualify to enter this node. And the farther we go up, the better rewards we get. So this is how you're going to get more and more things, right? More and more gear and stuff like that for your teams. You want to get those raid teams up and running. You need to get them powered up so they can take on more and more challenges. That way you can get better and better gear, and the cycle repeats. If we take a look at this second node here, it's asking us for 5 global characters. And then for the node after that, it says for 5 bio characters, and it names a character for us there. That's Moon Girl. So we need skill, global, and bio characters. So as we said, the vigilante team takes care of this skill portion. We can continue to put the difficulty higher and higher, provided that our vigilante team is getting stronger and stronger. That next tag was global. And so you see at the top row there, we have Captain Carter, we have Starbrand, we have the Black Knight. These individuals make up the out of time team. Now, don't build these characters up. These characters will all be given to you at this level just by playing the game, right? We'll talk a little bit more about that, but just by playing the game, they're going to give you these characters just like this at that level, and maybe they're good enough to kind of work your way into that area. However, there is another option. So what we're looking at here is the Thunderbolts. So the Thunderbolts are a global team, right? They'll fit in that area. We can use them. This will probably be the second team that we should be building. So we got Victoria Hand, Hyperion, Songbird. I gave us some Taskmaster there. And then we're just missing one more member. So Ghost is normally listed. So maybe that's a person we can go after. Otherwise, if we just need a global member, in that unlock calendar, they also gave us Deadpool. Deadpool, again, has been reworked recently. His stats are really high, comparatively speaking. You'll begin to notice that as you power him up. So he could also sub in and be that 5th member. He's also a mutant that might come in handy later. The reason why we're bringing up the Thunderbolts is because, again, the game is going to give you what you need to succeed. So in our calendar here, you see on the right-hand side, we have Victoria Hand, we have Hyperion, and then we got Songbird there in the middle. So the game gave you these characters for free. They started out by giving us the Vigilantes, then they gave us the Thunderbolts. So this is going to get us through those first couple nodes in our raids. And the more we power these characters up, again, the more resources we can get, and it just bankrolls into the next team, into the next team, into the next team. At this point in time, as a new player, you're still probably dealing with the Greek raids. And as they go up, you see we got Greek 2 there. That was a mistake on my part. As we go into Greek 3 and just take a preview, you're going to start kind of right here in the middle where there's no items. And then the next node that you get, they're identical on either side, whether you go to the right or to the left. The next node that you get calls for global characters. So you're going to need those teams that they gave you. initially, but if you want to go stronger, right, if you want to go into the higher levels of this, you're going to need a stronger team. So that's why the Thunderbolts are going to be the next team that you're going to want to build after the Vigilantes. After you start creeping up the side here, hopefully you can see, I'll put an arrow. After you start creeping up the side here, it's asking you for global and city characters, and in this node, strictly city characters. So those will be the two factions. Those will be the two factions. The Thunderbolts and the Vigilantes fill out those gaps for the global and the city, and people will be able to go down these lanes. The difficult part right now is this bottom row is asking for cosmic characters. The cosmic characters that we have right now simply are not strong enough. So we'll just see as the game progresses what the game gives us. Again, we want everybody to kind of be on the same page, because you need people to go in both these directions, right, to the left and to the right. So people are going to need a variety of teams. Everyone can't go down the city route. Some people are going to have to go down the global route. You just build it as you can. Don't make people build things out of turn. Build those Vigilantes first, then you're going to ease into the Thunderbolts unless something changes. There is one more very important point as we swing back to the Annihilation raid that we want to consider. As we're moving our way up, right here, difficulty number 2, one of the requirements is now ISO 8 Tier 1, Level 1. And that ISO 8 requirement continues to grow the farther you go up. We have at this point unlocked the Isotope 8 campaign, so you want to make sure that you're doing that every day. Definitely hit these big ones right here. These are the crystals, as it were. Ions, you're going to need those. And then you're going to want to do these regular ones in the middle too. It's okay to go ahead to use those 50s, just like we were doing with the campaign energy. And we're going to stop when we get to the 100s. You're going to want to do that every day. So make sure you participate in this as you get it unlocked. So what you're doing is you're building up the resources to get the qualifications to enter those different raids, and it helps to get your characters stronger. So we have the Punisher here, and then on the right-hand side, you see we got that those tabs for ISO 8. So we're just going to go in there. We need ISO 8 level 1. It starts at the first one, so that counts. And we're just going to go all the way around and enable that level 1. This will make it so these characters, right, if I do it for all of my characters on the Vigilante team, that they can go through and enter that next stage and get those next level of rewards. Well, which ISO 8 choice do I pick? That's a little bit more complicated thing, but for right now, you can just ask Jarvis. He'll give you a recommendation. We're just going to plug that one in. Okay. As you get stronger and you start playing at a more competitive level, the ISO 8 choice matters more. But for right now, we're just trying to punch through these raids. So we'll just pick the one that they recommend. And now that we did that, we have that first box, excuse me. We got that first box down there next to Striker. So we now have ISO 8 level 1. I don't have it for all my characters yet. You see, we still got to work on Hitmonkey. But as we do that, then again, we can qualify to go to that next level of raids, get more rewards. This is something you're going to want to, again, farm every day, because we got to fill these up, right? We got to fill those green bars up for every character that we're going to be using in those raids. So make sure that once you open that ISO 8 campaign, you farm it every day. So just by playing the game, we did finish the first and second strike milestones. In there, we remember they gave us characters. So they gave us some villains here from the Sinister Six. They gave us some tokens. So again, that means I unlocked the Shocker there at level 4 automatically when you see that number. We're not going to power those characters up any more than what they're giving us. So at the bottom, we went through that. We got Penny Parker from the Spider Society. We're not going to power these characters up any more than what they're giving us. We're just going to use them for the time being. So there is Captain Carter. She's on the Out of Time team. So that's where we got those characters from, so that we can kind of maybe start tackling that second node in raids, turning the difficulty up a little bit. They gave us a Deadpool there, very strong character. And these other members are from the Mercs for Money. The Mercs for Money are an Alliance War team. There we go. We're on the Mercs for Money page, and that's the team that Old Man Logan is going to be on. So the game is giving you characters, getting us ready for this. Old Man Logan is a legendary character. He's very strong, but the way you get him, you have to have certain teams. The Out of Time team is one of those qualifying teams to get the Old Man Logan shards. So again, don't power these guys up any more than this. They're giving you a baseline team. When that event comes back, we'll find out if it's strong enough to get an early version of that character or not. The other team that they gave us for free was the Spider Society. Same deal. We're not going to power them up any more than what you see here. What we're going to do is just use them there on that loose threads Spider Society showcase. We're on the story section here. You can get all the way through on auto with those teams. And now that we have, initially we didn't have them all. And now that we do, we can easily get to that 3-star. Again, the point here is just to have more nodes to do so you get more experience points to help get your level higher. So we don't actually need to build those characters. It's just so we're able to 3-star these nodes here so we can use that energy to make sure that we're getting more experience points to make sure our account is growing faster. On these special campaigns like this, we will do not use your power cores. That's a big no right here. Do not use your power cores for these special ones, only for the main campaign and the ISO 8 campaign. We have another very important issue that we need to talk about. This is something that people have been struggling with, so we want to make sure we're doing it the right way. Up at the top here, I'm in the store, and up at the top here on the right-hand side next to your home screen, that blue icon, those are your shop credits. So I have 1.1 million shop credits. People complain a lot that they're running out. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're using this appropriately, right? There is a right way and a wrong way to use this currency. What we're going to do is just focus on the things like we just said. We want to focus on our vigilante team. So as we scroll down, those are the only characters that we're going to build right now. So there's a hit monkey, and I feel comfortable buying the hit monkey because we're using that team right now. There's Songbird. She's one of the Thunderbolts, but I'm not building that team yet. I'm probably going to build it. It looks like it's important. It needs to happen. But right now, I'm working on the vigilante team. So we're going to make sure every day we come in here and we grab that hit monkey. Everything else, we're just going to ignore, right? There's a Deadpool. If we find that he's going to replace somebody, then yeah, we're going to start going after him as well. But we're not 100% sure about that yet. We're being very conservative in our decision making here, but people are reporting that they're running out of shop credits. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. We think that people just got a lot of bad information. So initially here, we're only building one team. So we're just going to spend our credits focusing on that one team. Here's Elektra. She's also on the vigilante team. We could go ahead and get enough to unlock her if we want. So we could do that. And then we have all members of the vigilante team unlocked. On the special item screen, we are comfortable saying that you should buy this every day, that L3 training module. So you want to build your training modules up so we can, again, build our characters up. And as long as, for the moment, as long as I have over 1 million shop credits, I'm a little bit okay experimenting a little bit and trying to figure this out. One of the things that was brought to my attention is on the character screen. If we're on orbs, we have this versus orb and this venture orb. So the venture orb, as it says there, it features raid and battle world characters. The other one, arena, war, and crucible characters. Raids are the most important thing when you're starting the game. I haven't experimented with this very much. We have 1.1 million shop credits. So right now we're going to just do this. We're doing it live. I'm going to open 10. That should take 70,000. That shouldn't break up into my million. So we're going to just open these 10, and I'm going to do this anytime I have, for the moment, if I have more than 1 million shop credits, I'll open these orbs. We'll find out. So we open 10, and this is what we got. Okay, so we have a silver sable here. It looks like you're going to get, for that amount, you're going to get 5 to 10 of the different characters in there. And these characters are all raid characters or battle world characters. So we got a couple of shards for Elektra. Scorpion, we're not building him yet, but Silver Sable is on the vigilante team. There's our Ghost for the Thunderbolts. We got some Daredevil Modern for the vigilante team, Victoria Hand for the Thunderbolts. And we're just kind of goofing off with Vulture a little bit in Arena. So I don't know if this is something we should continue to do. We'll look at it on a case-by-case basis. I still got over 1 million shop credits left, so maybe at the end of the week, I'll lever the balance that wouldn't drop me below that 1 million and open as many of these orbs as possible. I'm not sure of the viability for this. I mean, a million's a lot. So I'm just concerned because people said that they were running out. There was a lot of controversy. And we just want to, again, make sure that you have some because you need it for character shards. You need it for gear. It is a universal currency to help you catch up. So don't spend it all. You definitely need to keep it on hand for building your characters. I just don't know how much you should have stored up. You kind of want to keep your eyes on what the newest team is. That's what you're working towards. You won't be doing it right now, but as soon as you can jump ahead, that's what you want to do. So if we go to the character screen, the squads, whatever team is at the top is the newest team. The Daring Warriors, who's at the very top team is probably the team that's coming out for people to pay for. And then the next team is the free-to-play team. So in this case, it's the champions. So here's the champions that I have right now. Again, you see, I'm not really putting power into them. I just want you to get in the habit of checking, well, what is that team? Because at some point you will skip ahead. You'll skip everything in the middle and skip to whatever that newest team is once you're able, again, to just kind of get that roll, that bankroll going. Like we were saying, we're getting the gear and things of that nature. In anticipation of that, this is not something you have to do, but I'm kind of grabbing the character in the chapter store, the newest character, whoever that is, in this case, Nova Sam Alexander, for that team. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. This is just to keep my mental preparation for how I'm going to build going. At some point, you're going to want to get in the habit of grabbing the character shards for the newest team. There's a lot here. Same deal. You can't grab them all. You can't do everything. You would just focus on the newest team. And we would do this until we get to the end game. And then we would switch to the gear. This is on the free-to-play side that we're talking about here. And I don't even have the gear available, right? So it's just character shards. So that's good. That's good education. Character shards is what you're going to go for when you get there, right? I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm not going to tell you to click Nova as I did. You could save that currency. The store is left for 50 days. So if you start running out of time, you're going to have to spend it anyway. But I would just focus on whatever that newest team is. The newest teams are the best. The newest teams are the strongest. And they're made for some particular purpose that you need to overcome in the game. The Alliance is doing well. So we got Agent Nelson here. He's going to be leaving. He's super strong. And so he's going to be going to a stronger Alliance. But thank you so much for the time you spent with that. So we'll have a open spot or two. But the Alliance is going good. So I just want to thank everybody for jumping in and participating. If you need help, if you have questions, anybody, if you feel free to ask, we can help you to build a free-to-play Alliance if that's something that you're interested in. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. You can hit me on Discord. My Discord is in the YouTube video description as well. There's a lot of bad information. We just got to be honest. There's a lot of bad information out there when it comes to new players because there's a lot of people that just don't know. That's why I try to do this every year, start a new account. So try to have some understanding of how it's working. If you have any questions, please leave them. And if you haven't seen this video right here, please check it out. It's legit.